Going hiking, shooting on iPhone today. I got this package ages ago. Haven't opened it yet because I haven't needed to. Another box. The Moment macro lens, a photo case, the Moment battery case. I think this is just a carrying case. The filter mount, which I'm stoked on. The counterweight for the gimbal I broke, and a little wrist strap. To all my friends at Moment Lens, thank you. But the thing I like about them is they're always pushing forward. So as phones and stuff change, and phones as in Androids, iPhone, Samsung, like all those, as all of them change, they have to be progressing. And that's exactly what Moment Lens is doing. Caleb and Niles, they do all the video work there, and they're like close homies, and I'm friends with a few other people there as well, and I don't know, they're just homies. Like, yeah, I'll put a link down below. You can go check their stuff out. I don't know if I have a discount code or not, but if I do, I will throw it next to that link below. Instead of Moment, today's video is actually, it is in partnership with Apple and their collaboration with the company Red. That's Red's logo. You've probably seen it before. The company Red is a non-profit organization that partners with bigger brands like Apple, for instance. And in those partnerships, they raise money and awareness to fight HIV, AIDS in Africa. They made a collaboration with Apple. If you buy the Red Apple phone, see how it's red? If you buy one, it goes directly to Red and helps them fund exactly that. So this video is in collaboration with Red and Apple. Okay, I'm actually running a little late. We out. Alright, so like I mentioned earlier, I am running a little behind and there's no way I'm... You can see a trail down there. Basically, I'd have to take that up through there and all the way around. And that would lead me somewhere over there. And there's a set of lakes up there. It is 7:40 right now, which means sunset's in an hour. There's no way I would make that. So, cruising around here. Before we get into all the shooting stuff, I'll talk a little bit about the apps I use. Really, the only 3 apps I use are the native camera app, Lightroom, and VSCO. There might be some other apps I use in there, but 95% of the time it's just those 3 for photo stuff. If you follow my secondhand account, you'll see a lot of iPhone images there. Really the past year, they've just been native camera app and VSCO. Recently though, Adobe did that update with Lightroom CC and Lightroom Classic CC. It's a whole nother topic, but basically Lightroom on your mobile now syncs easy with Lightroom on your phone. So that makes life really simple. Basically, all of the images today are going to end up right on my computer when I get home to Wi-Fi because I'm shooting Lightroom. And on the plus side of that too, Adobe Lightroom lets you shoot DNG, which is also known as camera raw. I won't go into all the details of JPEG versus RAW, but I encourage you kids, shoot RAW. You're gonna have a better time. How's that for not hiking? That's not too bad. All right, so for this scene, I'm going to use, wow, it is very dark. So for this scene, I'm gonna use the wide angle lens. All right, so I took one photo without the wide lens, and then I also took a photo with the wide lens. And I also decided to take the liberty of showing you JPEG versus RAW. Let me just show you what happens when I push the exposure on RAW versus when I push the exposure on JPEG. Do yourself a favor and shoot freaking RAW. Oh, look. Also, here's a nice little scene here. If you have the iPhone 7 Plus or 8 Plus or something like that, these 2 lenses right here, one wide, one telly. So what's sick is if you put a telly on the telly, then you got a super telly. One time I actually shot the solar eclipse with it. This was, again, just combined with this exact setup, but an iPhone 7, not an iPhone 8 Plus. So with that scene, there's a little trick I like to do with the Moment wide lens. So this first image here was shot on the native iPhone tele lens. I was not using the Moment one for this one, but check this out. This shot was taken using the tele lens on the iPhone and putting the wide angle on it. So basically it's like equivalent to about 35mm. This was shot on the just native iPhone wide lens, and this one was shot with the native wide lens and then adding the Moment wide lens. So you got like 55, 60mm, 35, 28, and 18, all because you have one wide angle Moment lens. Look at that. So I'm just gonna stop talking to this camera, run around and take my shots, and I'll just kind of overdub audio and explain my thoughts. So this shot's a little hard to pull off with an iPhone just because there's such a heavy contrast between the highlights and the shadows, and most of the shots coming up are also that, and a lot of the shots before this were also that. I didn't spend too much time thinking about composition because it was pretty straightforward. It has good leading lines, and also my car was parked in the middle of the road, so I had to hurry. Wow. I also snagged this shot too. It's just a road leading kind of right into the mountains, easy leading lines. I'm just using the native iPhone lenses in this shot. Notice how I'm switching between the wide and the tele, and I'm also trying vertical as well as horizontal. And you may notice in most of these shots on here, I am framing that horizon line on that top rule of thirds line. I saw this scene and there was a lot of bugs. This was with the moment wide. I liked all the trees and the composition was nice. This is just the iPhone wide. And I tried it vertical. I let auto exposure do its thing. And boom! I switched it to the iPhone tele. Boom! I then added the moment wide to the tele for that 35mm focal length. Boom! And then I went to snag a horizontal, debated some compositions, and boom! And we called it good. Wow. That's mad. Boom! That first shot was shot on the native iPhone tele lens, and then I attached the moment tele to the iPhone tele to make the super tele. But I noticed on screen the images didn't seem too sharp. Note to self, on camera it seems kind of blurry when you do double tele. I left myself a video reminder to make sure I included that info here. All these were shot on the super tele and it came out better than I thought, but it still wasn't spectacular. It struggled to hold focus and some of the shots came out kind of soft, and my guess is because it was low light and very zoomed in. But that's a test for another day. And then I kind of went into life talk mode. Oh man, look at this. This is amazing. I love being back in Washington. It is just so freaking beautiful. And I'm just stoked all the time here. Yeah, quick life talk for you. Do what makes you happy. It's a simple choice. People can overcomplicate happiness and try to put a formula around it or try to equate it to these epic moments in their life. But really, happiness is such a choice every single day. Doing small tasks to progress forward, getting out of your comfort zone, surrounding yourself with great people and cutting out the dumb ones. It's a lot easier than you think to just be happy. It's lit. I don't know, just quick food for thought. Figured I might as well share it and hopefully it encourages someone to make a choice that makes them happy. Wow. And we just arrived at that freaking lake. To expand more on that, this has been a big thought in my life lately, realizing that happiness is just a choice. Hawaii was amazing, but I definitely wasn't my happiest, so moving back to Washington was the clear choice. It's so beautiful here and there's so much to do, and I'm just stoked and motivated here all the time, and I'm pushing forward and not staying stagnant. More importantly, I'm surrounded by people who motivate me and encourage me to push forward and support me in all that I do. In turn, I've been cutting out the people who hold me back or bog me down, as there's no sense in having them around. Making this move was a bigger choice, but I'm happier because of it. But what sustains this happiness is being mindful about yourself every day and making those small choices to sustain it. Like less time on social media, having dinner with friends, helping others, or helping yourself. And maybe doing something every day that puts you out of your comfort zone. This one rings true to me as of late. It's simpler than you think, it's just being mindful of what those choices may be and following through with them. This video kind of went from me teaching iPhone stuff to talking about life stuff, but I'm okay with that. I hope you took something from this video, as I hope to make more videos like it. Teaching others and being a resource is something I've been wanting to do, so here's to the start of that.